What's good, crypto fam? This is PB, back in the saddle for our Friday episode of PhatBear Pod. All right, let's talk Bitcoin. The granddaddy of crypto is still loafing around like a couch potato at 81.5K. No movement, just chilling like it's waiting for a tweet from Trump to wake up. The total market cap's also hitting the snooze button, flat at 2.58 trillion, same as yesterday. The 24-hour trading volume took a nosedive, down 35% to 103.8 billion. Bitcoin's dominance is steady at 62.5%. The fear and greed index? It slipped a few points to 21. Bitcoin stuck in a rut, volumes drying up like my enthusiasm for altcoin white papers, and the market's got the energy of a 3-day-old meme coin. For alt's performance, the top winners are Onyx Coin, Curve DAO, Orca, and Fart Coin. The biggest losers are EOS, Neo, Brett, and Echelon Prime. Now, let's wade to the muck of macro with a smirk, because that's all we can do about it. The Bank of Japan's out here dropping their quarterly survey, and the headline is 86.7% of Japanese households think prices are going to climb higher than my blood pressure during a flash crash. That's up from last December. Apparently, these folks are bracing for a 12.2% price spike in the next year, up from 11.5% in the last survey. Translation: Japan's staring down the barrel of inflation expectations that make my old Ethereum gas fees look reasonable. The BOJ has been chasing that 2% inflation target, like I've been chasing a stable portfolio since 2018. And all I can say is, good luck, pals. They're saying this uptick in household panic is because food and gas prices are hitting harder than a bear market dump. A BOJ official was like, yeah, people are freaking out because rice and fuel ain't cheap no more. No kidding, Sherlock. Meanwhile, Japan's core inflation's at 3.7%, nearly double their goal, but they're still calling it cost-push inflation, not the sexy demand-driven kind they want. Time to slice through the crypto news to isolate the signal from the noise. Illinois passed this bill to crack down on crypto scams. They're calling it a consumer protection move, like putting a child lock on your seed phrase. The bill's headed to the full Senate now, and if it passes, it's going to make crypto businesses jump through more hoops than a legit project trying to get on Binance. What's in this thing? Well, it hands the reins to the Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulation, IDFPR for short, because acronyms make everything sound official. Crypto companies will have to register with these folks, prove they're not running a Ponzi scheme in their mom's basement, and show they've got the funds to back their promises. They've also got to notify customers about any sketchy changes to their assets. Plus, they're required to build anti-fraud programs. They're giving businesses until January 2027 to comply, which is generous. Next story. Pakistan's got this problem. Too much electricity and not enough places to use it. Sounds like my uncle's barbecue with way too many hot dogs and nobody showing up. Pakistan is sitting on 10,000 megawatts of extra juice, enough to power a small country or just my old mining rig. Instead of letting this power go to waste, they're like, hey, why not fire up some Bitcoin miners and maybe some AI data centers while we're at it? Leading the charge is Bilal bin Saqib, advisor to the finance minister and big shot at the Pakistan Crypto Council, who's already sweet-talking mining firms to set up shop. But Pakistan's energy sector's a mess. High tariffs, people dodging bills by hooking up solar panels, and a grid that's less reliable than a meme coin roadmap. But they're betting this surplus, 40% from renewables like wind and solar, can make them a player in the global crypto game. And guess who's whispering in their ear? None other than Binance CZ, fresh off his advisor gig with the Crypto Council. When CZ's involved, you know it's either going to be huge or a masterclass in dodging regulators. Last crypto story. Trump put pen to paper on a bill that yeets an IRS rule from the Biden era into the sun. That rule was trying to slap the broker label on DeFi platforms, crypto miners, and even your buddy running a node in his garage, forcing them to report user transactions like they're running a bank. The crypto crowd screamed bloody murder. Say it was a privacy nightmare and a death sentence for innovation, kind of like asking a meme coin dev to file taxes on every rug pull. Congress, In a rare moment of not screwing it up, passed the repeal with a supermajority, and Trump signed it faster than you can say to the moon. On one hand, this is a win for the degens. DeFi stays free from the IRS's sticky fingers. Miners don't have to snitch on their hash rate, and your wallet's still your business, at least for now. Some people are even hyping it as a green light for Ethereum and Solana devs to keep building without looking over their shoulder. That's our crypto news. What else do we got popping in the DeFi space? Kaya Chain just dropped some hot news. They're teaming up with Kaido for a Yapper rewards campaign. They're dangling $100,000 in Kaya tokens to get folks yapping about their project, because nothing says community engagement like bribing people to tweet. Phase 1, running from April 8th to May 7th, is dishing out $40,000 of that sweet Kaya to the top 100 yappers. Do the math. That's about $400 per person if you claw your way to the leaderboard's elite. Not exactly Lambo money, but enough to cover gas fees for a while. What's the deal with Kaya Chain? They're pitching themselves as a high-speed, low-cost blockchain, probably with some fancy Layer 1 buzzwords I've heard a million times before. Kaya's buying mindshare, getting their name out there while the market's sleepy. But here's the rub. I've seen these campaigns before. Everyone in their bot army will start spamming low-effort Kaya to the moon posts, clogging up the timeline. Next story. Wayfinder decided to drop their prompt token to Kaido Yappers, with token table handling the claim process. Sounds simple, right? Except it turned into a horror show. Posts on X are screaming that the claim process got hijacked by MEV bots. These bots saw the token claims coming, front-ran the legit users, and snatched up the tokens. Yappers who thought they were claiming their bags ended up with nothing. What's the damage? Well, the claim process got so screwed up that token table had to hit the pause button to investigate, which is code for we have no idea how to fix this. Some yappers who grinded for their airdrop got nothing, while others who didn't even participate allegedly scored tokens. Talk about a lottery run by a drunk smart contract. People are calling it a disaster TG, with shade thrown at Wayfinder not securing the claim process. Last DeFi story. Morpho, the DeFi lending protocol that's supposed to be the Fort Knox of peer-to-peer loans, just stepped on a rake. Their Morpho Blue front end, specifically something called the Bundler 3 component, sprung a leak, and not the kind you fix with a quick tweet. This vulnerability let an on-chain arbitrageur, some slick operator named Coffee Babe, swoop in and make off with $2.6 million before anyone could blink. Here's how it went down. Morpho pushed a front-end update to enhance transaction flow, except it had a hole big enough to drive a truck through. By early morning, reports hit that transactions were going haywire, and Coffee Babe, bless their hustling heart, front-ran the exploit like a pro in redirecting the loot. Afterwards, Morpho's devs scrambled, confirmed the issue, and rolled back the faulty update, claiming the protocol itself wasn't touched and user funds are safe. For our airdrop today, we got Kairos. What's Kairos? Picture a shiny new toy on Solana's playground, built on Jito's re-staking tech. Kairos is all about Kaisol, their liquid res-taking token that's like a smoothie blender for your yields. It mixes Solana staking rewards, MEV profits, and re-staking bonuses into one juicy package. Now, the real tea, Kairos dropped something called a Village Campaign, and it's got that airdrop vibe without saying a word. Kind of like your buddy hinting at free drinks but never picking up the tab. It's a quest-based setup with 3 flavors: attack, defense, and loyalty. You earn XP by participating in yield farming, provide liquidity and social tasks, climb through 10 ranks, and maybe get a bigger slice of whatever Kairos token pie they're baking. Until next time, keep your private keys close and your expectations low. PB out.